Hey, check out the Moms Play Boys. I'm back in this video. I'm reacting to another whatever podcast video. So this video is titled Why Modern Dating is Ruined for the Average Man or average men in general. Before I get into the video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. We're going straight like this to the tippy top, all right? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, my final thoughts. I have a bit of a pessimistic view of dating in general. Like, and even you being like a match or what, like a dating coach, like those apps, I just saw a video recently. Those apps aren't meant to even help people get on dates. Like they're meant to keep you on there because if two people meet and have a successful relationship, the app loses business. So they're incentivized to keep your lonely ass on there, swiping for more people. And they strategically will put ugly ones in there and then put a cute one in there, knowing that,
intermittent reinforcement.
There you go. You get it. You know how the apps work.
Hinge is a bit better about it, but you need to be very intentional to like actually take advantage of their whole design to be deleted thing.
And I just think about how, back in the olden days, like just dating was simpler. When your parents met, it was simpler. There was no, like all the girls here have gotten 100 times more like attention than I get, and I have millions of followers. So it's like, how does a normal guy even compete in this dating market? You can't. Like, if a regular girl's getting 50 to 100 DMs, approaches, whatever, how do you even stand a chance? So I feel really bad for the majority of men who don't have a lot of success in a dating pool. And I don't know what the solution is. I feel like you just have to level up the best you can, appearance-wise, financial-wise, everything, because the competition is... like, it's crazy.
I mean, can I comment on that? I agree and disagree because none of the messages that I ever receive, I ever respond to. I would only, for myself, I would only pursue a man who is pursuing me in person and making an effort, like appearance-wise, shows me that he has ambition, etc. But there's a lack of that.
Can we get a posture check from you? And just, I feel like you're slouching.
Oh,
and
yes,
I'm looking out.
My thing keeps.
I'm looking out for you. It's all good.
Your booster.
My booster seat keeps slipping. Okay, I don't know what I was saying.
No, I see what you're saying. Like, you specifically won't answer DMs. I'm not sure if most girls behave like that. I think most girls will answer certain DMs from certain guys. But it's just like, how do you compete? I know like y'all are getting blue checks and athletes and like some really top tier guys. How does a regular dude even get close to that? Like, you can't.
They don't.
You don't. And then they end up, hey, can I pay $2,000 to kick me in the nuts? Like,
I have seen statistics. Like, I've done thorough just like checks to make sure it's from actual studies, and then asking men I know. Asking my like ex when we were still together, men are not having sex these days. Whereas every girl I know, if she isn't celibate, she has had sex whenever she wants to. And it is a serious topic that I considered sending beforehand, but then I was like,
Yeah.
So you're right.
So it's kind of a weird, dire situation.
Send the asteroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the solution is.
And we're in this era of like hating on men, and I'm like, damn, I think men need the most help now more than ever.
But
It's
they
like,
also need each other supporting
Cook,
them.
Ryan. Keep going, Ryan.
I don't have too much more to go on that, but there's this gender war going on. It's like, whoa, like there's so many men. I mean, you hear the stories of kick me and spit on me, and I'll pay you $100 just to speak to me. Like, how incredibly sad is that? I don't know if y'all could even fathom having to pay someone $100 just to speak to you. And here we are, misogynist, toxic, this and that. Yeah. And like, that's why I like to try to, I don't know, root for guys. Like, nobody's here to help men at all. And it's cool to.
I'm literally helping men.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I agree. And there's a lot of very nice, good guys who just get overwhelmed from what I've observed from the whole alpha male podcast thing. And that's why I think it's important for, panels like this, people showing that it's okay to have your view. If you're only getting one match a week, that's okay. Because like I mentioned earlier, it just takes one person if you want to be in a relationship, unless you're into poly.
And I know you have to go, but I did have one question for you. Sorry to string this on a little longer, Brian. Have you ever told your male clients to be an asshole to girls?
I never to be a dick. What typically happens though is they are scared of being seen as predatory or douchey, so they end up never even asking a girl out. So what I have done for most of them actually is say like, you don't need to ask her 5 questions in a row to try to seem like you're interested. It's okay to like she's dating you too. So you do need to talk about yourself. But I've never I attract very nice clients who feel awkward. Never tell them to be douchey. The most I've done is say, try to be a little bit more cool and maybe don't text her back 1 minute later at 7 a.m.
Yeah, let's talk about this a little bit because I think the issue here is dating is hard for the average man because, and one of the reasons is our fault as men. Men have put women on a pedestal so much that they devalue themselves, right? And so they're willing to give a woman all their time. So I tell people all the time, and I tell men all the time that the most valuable thing you have is your time, right? A man could do so much with his time. So to give it away to a woman so freely and just like it's worth nothing, of course he's not going to value. Of course the average man's going to suffer because the average man's willing to give away his time so freely without any exchange for it, right? And the reality of it is, you got to think of it this way, right? Men, we have built cities, we have built nations with our time, with our effort, with our resources. Men have built businesses with their time. They have built bodies, physiques with their time. So to give it away to a woman, you better be getting something back in return. And a lot of men don't want anything in return. They have valued women too much. And I've done this in my younger age. I used to put women on a pedestal. Oh my God, I'll do anything to be with her. Those kind of guys, I'll go to the gym just to get the girl. So after they get the girl, they stop going to the gym. That's the wrong mindset. I think the red pill manosphere has figured this out. Men just have to level up. It's very simple. Level up. And not level up for the sake of getting girls. Level up for the sake of doing something that's actually valuable than wasting your time at clubs, wasting your time on dating apps, wasting your time chasing after women. You don't need to chase women. If you chase after women, you're pretty much telling her she's more valuable than you. And nothing should be more valuable to you if you're young, if you're middle-aged, than your time. You should put the highest priority on your time and what you can achieve with your time. And this is why women don't respect men that text back right away because it's like, he's not doing nothing. He's not being productive, right? They value our time because it's scarce. And if it's in an abundance, they can't do nothing with it, right? So let's get back to it. But I think this is a good discussion. I wanted to comment on it. So I'm glad I got a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, I was
Don't be desperate,
No, but I get what
don't
you're
be a
saying,
douche.
'cause
I
it happens a
I
lot
like
where
dicks.
women aren't attracted to nice
Yeah.
men. They would rather be treated like crap.
To desperate men, I would.
Yes. Yeah.
You
And
were
a
gonna
lot
say
of times
something?
nice guys.
What was I say? Oh yeah.
You like dicks? Is that what you said?
That's what I heard.
I heard I like dick. Like
No, like, kind of like when guys kind of don't give you as much attention and like stuff like that, it kind of makes me want to like chase them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
it's
what-
about the chase.
Yeah.
And if I'm not chasing
No, but-
you,
but
it's
like-
But that's
I
like
hate the
maturity versus
chase.
immaturity. Like you probably aren't going to find a husband if you're dating like that. But at
I'm not
18
No, just a test. Women do this because it's just a test of who values who more. If I value my time more than a girl's going to respect that intuitively. She doesn't know that, oh my God, he's playing the game. Like me personally, I can't respond to people right away. I'm too busy doing stuff like this. Producing, working on my body. I got clients that I train. I got houses that I'm selling. I got videos that I got to make. So I'm doing 10 different things. I can't answer everybody's phone call, right? Right now, my phone's on Do Not Disturb. If you call me, you're not getting through because I'm busy building my YouTube channel. So a girl doesn't know why she doesn't like the fact that she's attracted to the guy that doesn't respond right away. But the reality of it is they know intuitively that he has his priorities in line. That's why.
like
and
that,
at
like-
18 you don't need a husband.
Like if
don't
guys
want one.
don't do that, that's not like a break point for me. I'm just saying like
if he's
us-
simping after you probably won't take him seriously.
no,
right?
I would for sure. I've done that with a lot of guys, but
I mean, isn't that pretty common? Like girls like
yeah,
guys who are assholes.
I think it's
Yes,
kind
for
of.
pretty-
some
I feel like
pretty
a lot
common.
of people
I
do that. Like
don't.
it's the chase. You know what I mean?
I like when my man is like obsessed with me.
I like when my man is respectful and not an asshole.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
like I just know growing up, I was the nice guy, and never got anything. And then even me and my guy friends would be like, I said this to this girl and she loved it. And I'm like, why do they like being mistreated or whatever? And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a villain, but I got turned into a villain. So sorry.
I think that depends on the women that you
Yeah,
want to
or
be
select women differently. It's a trauma cycle.
So you're saying the women that I'm speaking to specifically are the ones that are into that, and there's girls that are...
You attract
Yes.
what you put out, or you attract the inverse of it. So like my most long-term client, he used to just go on dates with the strangest woman. Like one of them, she was like, yeah, I like to imitate dead animals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that's
The woman said that.
Yes, it was. He used to attract very strange. He also lives in like a rural area, but that's when he was being a nice guy. But in reality, he wasn't being nice. He was letting himself be stepped on.
By letting her
Yeah,
decapitate
it's like-
animals.
No, like he would just date strange women. So I think if you're dating
That's some psycho.
desperate or traumatized
psycho.
or hurt
Some
women,
Dahmer shit.
then you just aren't selecting who you're dating. Like, I'm not at a place to be dating someone for the rest of my life. I don't want a husband. I'm not ready for that. Therefore, the dudes who are carrying themselves in such a way that they want that type of commitment should not be trying to talk to me, because when I say, oh yeah, I'm flying out tomorrow, so let's reschedule our date, like, I'm not. Basically, reevaluate who you're attracting, and if you feel like you have to be a douche to get them to like you, maybe don't go for them.
Yeah, well, I would
Does
say...
that make sense?
I completely understand your viewpoint. I didn't attract any... Like, being nice attracted nobody. Being not nice attracts people. Like...
Fair enough
Which is
observation.
crazy.
So it's like... But I'm just
do
speaking
you
from my
want a
perspective
busy
as a
love
guy.
life or a very, like, I think it's very fair to want to just go on a bunch of dates, get a bunch of action, and if being not douchey but a little bit less attentive, I think that's super valid. And like, I have, not for very long, but I've worked with some men who want just casual dating, and then it's a few little tweaks and then boom, they get it. And that's valid. But if you want wifey, would wifey accept that behavior?
I see what you're saying. Yeah. And
It's
I'm
all
at
about your intentions.
I'm at a point where I don't have to act anyway. I've just, the way I am, I'm able to weed through. Yeah, I definitely don't have to put
Read
on
through
like
your
a...
thousands of DMs.
I have to weed through them all. Nah, it's, I've gotten to a better spot, but I remember being like a senior in high school, and it was like...
I was also gonna say, I feel like the younger crowd of women are more into that.
Yes.
Like a little,
Yes.
like
As evidenced by
a little
Mature,
more
older
mature
women that, like,
nicer
they want men that
guys.
take care of
Yeah,
them and
exactly.
want to.
But in their youth, who were they going after? One of our previous male panelists on the show, Brandon, from way back, and I don't know if any of you girls have heard this saying. Maybe you've heard it. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but have any of you heard the saying, if you treat her like dirt, she'll stick to you like mud?
Oh no.
Interesting.
It is catchy.
It is catchy. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but I wonder if part of it is like maybe, obviously women are attracted to confident men. Well, I think like maybe when some women are younger, they're going to confuse like that arrogance or asshole behavior as for confidence.
Absolutely.
And maybe
Yeah.
maybe they are confident too. So it's almost like they'd rather date a guy who's an asshole but confident than date a guy who's nice but weak, or a guy who's nice but
Yeah.
Insecure.
because it's not attractive. And also I think, like, for example, I'm not an expert in psychology, but like there is a phenomenon where women will like get in touch, and there's a few potential explanations for this. Women will contact men who are in prison seeking like romantic relationships with these men who are like murderers, killers. Even like the fucking serial killers will get like attention from women. They'll be like sending him letters. They'll want to meet him, maybe even get married. What, did you send a letter to a prisoner the way you're looking at me right now? Oh, just the way you were looking. I was like, what, you sent
I also
pen
feel
pals?
like girls are into like, I've heard like some of my friends say this, they like toxic relationships, like they like the
Oh,
fighting.
the drama.
Yeah,
I think
they,
that's
like,
part of
seek
it too.
toxicity.
Yeah,
I do think that
I
the
think
worst thing you can do is bore a woman. I think
Yeah.
I've heard
yes,
that.
You can do anything except boring.
Yeah, I think you can do anything except bore a woman. So it's I think there's that component. I think
Let me stop right here because too many people confuse these things. Oh my God, you got to be an asshole. Oh my God, you got to be a criminal. Like, I don't know what their suggestions are, man. Go to jail to get girls. No. Those guys are referring to are high status. They're high status criminals. We have a term for it called infamous, right? There's famous and there's infamous. Infamous is when you're famous for something bad, right? Notoriety, right? Notorious. You're known for something horrible. But the caveat to all this, or the main important part of this, is that women like high status. High status men have this much time for them, and they're aware of that. Let's put it like this. If a girl wanted to pursue Chris Brown, what is the chances that Chris Brown is going to chase a girl? Slim to none, right? And we know this, that the women he does chase, they run away. Chris Brown's chasing Karrueche. What did Karrueche do? Run away. He made songs. Oh my God, Karrueche. Chris Brown is like the most beloved R&B singer at the time. He's making songs about Karrueche, and she's running away from him. Even a high value man that gives his time away so frivolously to women, they don't respect it. They don't value it. So it's not that a woman wants an asshole. People keep making this mistake. Is that the reality of it is, if you are about your business, you're on your grind, you're not going to take shit from a girl. You're not going to give a fuck that she's pretty or she's hot, that she got a fat ass. You're not going to care. Like, when I'm in the gym, I don't care you got a fat ass or pretty, blah, blah. I treat everybody the same. If you treat me horribly and you act like you're stuck up and you're all that, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm not doing it to try to get your attention. But guess what happens? It gets their attention, right? Rejection breeds obsession. I love that saying. And what it really means is that people are very interested in those things that are hard to get, hard to receive, right? It makes them valuable, right? So people are going to crave the attention that's limited, not the one that's abundant, right? We don't take things that are abundant, we take for granted, right? We take air for granted. We take water for granted, right? Everywhere in the world, any restaurant you go to, water is given away for free, and it's one of the most valuable things, right? Water is extremely valuable, but it's cheap. Every restaurant you go to, they're giving you water for free. They're charging you for things that are actually toxic for you. Soda, alcohol, these things are not good for your body. They have low value, but they're less abundant. Why? Because water is everywhere. It's ubiquitous, and alcohol is in short supply. So if you want this alcohol, especially top-notch alcohol, which is what? Further short in supply, it's going to cost you more. Well, look at it like this. Gold costs more than water, right? We know that if you don't have water for 3-4 days, you're going to die, but you can live your whole life and never have gold. So then why people give you water for free and they charge you for gold? Scarcity. That simple. So your time has to be scarce to women. Kevin Samuel said this, and I agree with him. Less than 7% of your time should be towards women. And young men don't understand this because they're so desperate to get laid, they'll do anything to get laid. Listen, I was there before. I would have done anything to get laid. And then after a while, you get laid all the time. You're like, this ain't all that. That's why I don't care about it no more. It's just not all that. I'm sorry. Like, I done been with so many beautiful women in my life. I'm just no longer impressed. After you hit one fat ass, it's almost like you hit them all. And after you've done that a bunch of times, it lost its appeal. It really has. But that's because I've had an abundance of it. When it was scarce, when I never had it before, then it was a big deal. So men need to get to the point where women don't mean much to them. And I think it's going to be hard to achieve if you have a low body count. Unfortunately, I could tell men till I'm blue in the face, don't put girls on a pedestal. Don't put girls on a pedestal. They're not going to believe me. Like, I didn't believe people either, right? I had to learn from myself that this is not as valuable as I think it is. You know what's really valuable? My time to produce resources, trying to make a bunch of money, trying to build a great body, being healthy. This is extremely valuable to me. Getting pussy, I'm sorry, it's not even that. I like women, but it's not all that. It's just not. Getting money makes me come harder. You know what I'm saying? Building a nice body makes me come harder and faster. So, that's the whole point. And so someone will look at me like I'm an asshole. Oh my God, I'm an asshole. He doesn't want to give any girl his time because it's not. What is it really worth? I'm a newsflash woman. I know all y'all think you're special. I got the WAP. I got the type thing, whatever. You guys all got the same equipment. Men, we got different equipment, right? Some men are like this. Some men are like this, right? Little dick energy, big dick energy. So men, we are different. We have different tools. But women, for the most part, you guys all got the same stuff. You close your eyes and you get behind Beyonce, you wouldn't be able to tell. You close your eyes, you get behind Rihanna, you wouldn't be able to tell. That chubby girl that works at Quick Check, her shit probably feels just as good as the baddest chick in your school. And you think is different because you put her on a pedestal. Okay? And that's what men need to do. So you stop putting girls on a pedestal and you realize you get a lot more success with women. But it takes time to get to that point. So, like I said, I could say it, but men have to live it to experience it.
Another component is like a guy who's a criminal, who's like right? He's capable of violence. And I think it does, like, there's an evolutionary component of like a guy who's capable of violence. You can sort of see that, okay, he would be prepared to defend you. Mm-hmm. And it's like sort of this, I don't know.
Makes sense.
That's
So
interesting.
it's
That's
like-
interesting. That makes
Like,
sense, but
it's hot if a guy gets
weird.
into like a fight over you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There's the pathology.
And then if you just take it like really far, then you get to the Britney Spears in love with a criminal.
Yeah. I
Yep.
also feel like it's the aftermath of like the fight after, when you have like, there's like after fight
Huh?
sex.
You talking about the after sex? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
have you guys heard of that?
Wait, what?
Just you.
Oh,
No,
the
you know what
fight-
I'm talking about. You fight and then after
You
you have
fight
like the
with-
best sex.
Oh,
Makeup.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
makeup
Makeup
sex.
Oh, make it like an argument?
Yeah, so like
Oh.
for a lot of I've like heard this, like for a lot of people they would like fight with their significant other and then
For the
they have
makeup
like
sex.
really good sex after.
Is this from first hand
Yes.
experience? Oh, so you would start shit with your
No,
boyfriend?
I wouldn't start shit on
Oh,
purpose.
okay.
But just,
Yeah, you would never
but
start an
also
argument.
like and then after the fight he'd like comfort you and stuff like that. I think that's another reason. I mean, I don't like toxic relationships, but I think that could be reasons why people do.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
I'd
Fair
I'd
enough.
rather a man fight another man over me than fight
Well, yeah,
me.
duh.
Well,
But,
duh.
but then there's another thing that I've spoken about with one of my other friends as well. I'm a very calm, gentle guy, and the girls will be choke me, slap me like in bed.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, that's crazy. Like, I don't want to hurt
Yeah.
you. Harder, this and that. And it's like, because there is something primal and instinctual about them wanting to be overpowered and dominated and violence. And it's like, yo, I do not want to be violent.
I've only
At
seen
all.
that in women who have like childhood trauma though.
I feel like a lot of girls
I'm,
be like,
I'm
choke
thinking
me.
about. I can only
Yes.
speak from like
Bro,
my
I don't know what
friends,
happened in the past like 5 years or some shit. Every chick's like
like asking for
wants
that.
to be. You
I
know what?
don't.
I mean,
That's
it's
horrible.
statistically they've figured out that it's because more women are watching more porn and porn in like not OnlyFans. I mean, like the
Porn.
actual porn industry. That's they are so violent and it's desensitizing women
hate
and men
getting choked.
to both.
You hate
of
getting
those.
choked?
Hate.
What about like maybe if some of the girl. Do you prefer gentle or rough sex?
Gentle.
It just depends on my mood. I don't mind either one.
Okay.
Depends on the man.
Depends on. Okay.
I feel like it definitely depends on the mood. Yeah.
Come on, guys. Just say you like to be choked. Come on. You don't have to. You guys can be honest. Just say you like to get your hair pulled and get spanked and all this shit. But
There's obviously a time and place for different types of intercourse. But yeah, it is quite the conundrum where it's like that fear and the danger and violence is like.
It's addicting. Stress
yeah.
is addicting, and so that's why women go bounce from toxic relationship to toxic relationship, because once you're in one, you live off of chaos and you live off of toxic energy and stress is cortisol in your
Yeah.
body. And so when you're addicted to that dopamine rush, once it goes away, you have to have it back because you withdraw from it. So women are constantly seeking that dopamine rush because that's the only thing they know that they're getting dopamine from is
Yeah.
abuse.
there definitely is like a rough sex meta. It seems like. You know what I think it might be? Maybe the girls can weigh in on this. I think they got corrupted by one dude. There's like some
It just takes
dude.
one
Oh
guy.
yeah. for
One
sure.
guy who like is kind of into BDSM and he wants to tie you up and choke you and fucking spank you and put marks on you. Maybe not like hit you, but like whatever it is, and consensually.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women might. I mean, 50 Shades of Grey is like was
Yeah, it's in
That
movies.
could also be
in
another
movies
thing,
and stuff
you know,
too.
50
It's
Shades of Grey.
sex has gotten a lot more aggressive. I feel like in movies.
Word. And I wonder if it's like kind of a, I don't know what the right term is. Maybe you guys can help me out with this. I don't know if it's a domino effect or if it's a snowball, but it's like maybe girls are like heard something, or they're like,
Yeah.
they heard from something from their girlfriends, or they maybe had an experience with a guy, and then they think, okay, all guys like that. Okay, I'm going to ask him to
Almost
choke
like
me.
a trend.
Yeah, like snowball effect. So then guys are seeing all the girls who are wanting to be, and then so the guys start like going for it, and then the girls must think, oh, this is what all guys want, and so they ask for it. So it's like,
I think that's exactly what it is.
it's like
Yeah,
a
for
positive,
sure.
negative, positive wait.
It's a positive loop, all right? Positive loop, okay? Loop feedback. Anyway, listen, all this, these people are just all confused, in my personal opinion. They don't understand why these things are the way they are. They think people want someone to be an asshole. And this is why men are so confused about dating advice. Should I be a dick? I know so many men that try to go out their way to just be an asshole because they think this is what women want. You know, that's not the case. And even people here, they seem really confused about it. As far as the violent sex, who knows what that's from? I mean, I don't know. I don't see why we even talk about that enough. Oh, why do people want violence? That's what people want. Whatever. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? What people do in the bedroom by themselves, really none of our business, you know. And you know, but if you ask my personal opinion, I think every girl likes her booty rubbed, and pretty much every girl likes her butt smacked. Might not be hard, maybe not paddled, right? She probably don't want to get paddled. Some do. Not every girl wants to get tied up. Some do, but butt smack, aggression, you know, passion, that's what they're looking for. Really, really simple. To conclude with all this, I think the major takeaways from this is that average men are having a hard time because there's so much to understand about women and female dynamics and social dynamics and dating dynamics. And if you're not playing the game, you're not in the game. So there's some really talented girls out there that understand these things better than men. Average girl understands dating better than men. She gets more opportunities. She gets more exposure. She gets more communication with men that are interested in her. Men don't have that much experience, so they're not as able to keep up with girls. And that's what the big thing. The average girl has had more sex partners than the average man. So the average girl's a little bit more, she's more seasoned. And so this is why guys can't keep up with her. You know, but at my level, very few women, unless they're complete whores, that are more seasoned than me. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up, man. This was a cool episode. I respected it. Hopefully I'll be on that podcast one day sharing my opinion, helping these people figure it out. I think Brian's doing a great job. He made his podcast like the clean version of Fresh and Fit. And so Ben Shapiro talks about it. That's clever. Shout out to him. Like, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I told you guys, and we're going to start doing live streams. That means I'm going to go live. I'm here to talk to you. I'm doing it just for you guys, right? I bought a mic. I bought some headphones. I got my little stream deck. Watch. I told you, right? I said the minute I'm going to get monetized, I'm going to improve everything. Have you seen? My videos have improved, right? I did that purposely, and we're going to continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you guys soon. Donate to my Cash App, Shape Models. Until next time, Playboys, throw the deuces up.